rowing. So I've seen you in the class, and you seem to enjoy these music lessons. Can you tell me about how it is?
Absolutely, yes, I absolutely love it. I think it's at the beginning, I think most teachers were a little bit apprehensive to teach music, but the way the program is being put together, and the easiness of it, puts us all at ease. And at first, it was very frightening, to be honest. And myself as and speaking on behalf of many of the teachers, it was quite sort of almost like a unknown zone for us. But the more Eustein has sort of taught us, the more we've become more confident to teach. And I also like the fact that in the last few weeks he's actually given us an opportunity to sort of co-teach with him, which has made the step a lot easier. So when he's not here next week, it will be a lot easier to teach the class.
So you're progressing together with the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the nice thing about the system, that you can actually do that.
Absolutely. And one of the best way to learn actually is not. I went on this course, and the lady said the best way for people to teachers to learn is not to know the end product, but to go on a journey with the children. And I feel as if I'm very much doing that with this program, where I'm actually on a journey with them and learning together. So we don't know where we're going to go, basically. And in a way, that's what the IB is all about as well. So you haven't got sort of an expectation. You go with the children to somewhere where they could take you way beyond what you expect, which is a nice way to learn for both of us. So yeah, it's good.
And how do you think the kids, have they progressed from the first lesson they picked up the instrument? How has it been?
Yeah, that's a good question actually, because I've been going around and looking at the children, and as you say, the progress has been quite rapid, and some of them were a little bit scared, and just like the teachers were, but slowly, you can see even things like the grip. I mean, today's lesson, for example, where you had to switch from the red to the green, and I found that quite challenging when we did it with Eustein, but they were managing it.
Yeah.
So they are making small but manageable steps, which is a good thing,
Yeah.
So, but I feel as if they've progressed a lot in the 4 weeks, that they've been doing it. It's good.
And the dancing? Oh no, we didn't do dancing. Or
We did singing.
Yeah, singing.
And again, the same way, they were a little bit, as you saw, I chose 4 children who were not very confident singers, but the way Eustein broke it up, he said to them they could sing together as a group, and that made it a lot easier, because when you do things as a group, you don't feel so, sort of silly, to do it, and they were fine.
Exposed.
Yeah, exactly. And then they could progress to doing it maybe in twos, and then they could sing, children like, Erica in my class, she'll be quite confident to sing by herself, but slowly I think they'll get there. It's good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Anything Easy Play can do differently or better that can improve?
Well, not really. I mean, for me personally, I think navigating around to find the different things that you have to do in terms of the app. I think it's simple enough, but because I haven't actually properly had a go, but I think it's fairly straightforward and it's easy enough to use. But I just obviously I would like to do it and see once I've actually used it, the app myself. I did have a little go at it, but once I've had a go at it myself and choosing the music and seeing which is like music which is just the A bars, I think that's the right term, and which is the A and the
Chords.
sorry, the red bars I should say, and which is the red and green and so on, then then I'll be able to answer your question more fully. But as of now, I think it's a very nice program. It's just a matter of me going on there and actually using and familiarizing myself with the.
Do you know why the school decided to did it fit kind of the way of teaching here, or do you think this should be in any school, or?
Sorry, you mean why did we go with the music?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we thought obviously there was something missing, and music is something that the children need, and also I think that the parents it was something that was a wish from the parent council, and so they approached Mr. Mark, who then obviously did his research and found you guys, and I think it's been a very rewarding experience for the children. But also, apart from all things, when I was back in England, I actually saw a BBC documentary, and they did say that music actually right from week one, he started talking to them about things like division, fractions. How would you break what was it, 100?
Bars.
Yeah, 100 bars into into fit into 4 beats and so on. I mean, so there was a lot of mathematics involved. So it's not just music that they're learning, but they're actually learning as I said, different aspects of different other subjects.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah, respect and rhythm.
Well,
and
exactly.
Coordination, left, right, brain.
Exactly. So it's actually quite a good all-round learning in the holistic sense. So yeah.
And the movement and the dance, I think it's so important.
Absolutely.
You put on music, anyone in the world would love to dance,
Well,
but they don't teach them
I would.
in school. Like mathematics, it's like
Yeah,
you
well,
have
exactly.
to do maths, but you
Yeah.
have to do dance too.
Yeah. And as I said, it's a balanced curriculum, isn't it? We talk about in the IB, we have where are we? If you look up there, where is it? Balanced is one of the there, balanced people. So it's not just learning is not just about mathematics and science and unit. It's about doing PE as well. It's about doing music, and I think it sort of fills a need for the children for sure. So
Holistic.
the holistic
The
sense,
whole
as I said,
person,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah. Thank you.
indeed.
Perfect. Very good.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Experience have been now with 4 classes. How do you see the progress?
I think it's going great. I mean, it gives the kids more confidence who have never actually played an instrument before. It's easy to follow along, and the kids just seem to be having such a great time with it.
Mm-hmm. And have they progressed? Do you feel like every class they improve?
I definitely feel like they do. They become more confident. They also love to try new instruments as well. So just like you were saying before, you take small steps on each instrument, but they've all been, definitely showing an improvement in their music ability.
Mm-hmm. And for you, without musical background, do you think you're going to be comfortable with teaching this class?
I'm becoming more comfortable. I definitely think that, obviously, I love music in general, but I'm progressing, I think, along with the kids, which I think is a nice stage as well, that we're all in it together.
Mm-hmm. So the system, do you find it easy to understand and easy, like the technical stuff, and to plug it in and prepare the class? How do you feel about that?
I can't say that I'm too tech savvy, so I might be having some other teachers assisting with it, but it's not like it's going to be a difficult process in order to organize everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what else can we ask? For the people that, or the pupils, students that might have not so easy for reading or writing numbers, do you feel that they can flourish here, like blossom?
Oh, definitely. I don't think you really have to be, I don't think that necessarily literacy or numeracy comes in with this. It's along with them listening to the beat and following the music and seeing the colors. It's great that it's a color system rather than having to know the notes and reading a piece of music. It's just looking at the colors.
Mm-hmm. So everyone can kind of, regardless of their level, they can play along. Can you say something?
Yeah, regardless, I think, of their level, I think that everyone is able to succeed using this program.
Mm-hmm. Anything else that you have, like what else experienced, like maybe take a positive thing and then something that can be improved about the application?
I'd say that in general, I think it's great. I love that the kids have an ability to play multiple different instruments. I think that one maybe words of improvement would be to introduce the instruments a couple at a time rather than one instrument and then 5, because it ends up being quite a lot of information to take in. That maybe having a progression of 2 instruments the first lesson and then adding 2 more instruments. So it becomes more of a progression of learning the instruments rather than learning about them all at once.
Mm-hmm. Are the kids kind of excited before they come in?
Oh, they're definitely excited, and it's hard to calm them down when they leave because they're super pumped up about what they've just done.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. I think anything else that you want to comment on?
No, I just think it's been a great experience so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing it progress.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. And testing the sound. Can you say hello?
Hello. Hello.
Eric's voice is a bit.
Yeah, loud. Yeah, really.
Okay, so you've just started now for 3 weeks.
Mhm.
You've done the system, and now you're slowly
Yeah.
grasping it and taking over the teaching.
Mhm.
Can you say that to yourself?
Yeah.
In a complete sentence?
So this is our third week. We just finished our third week with Easy Play. The first few weeks, Stein had taken a greater role, and we've gradually been taking more control over the class and been learning how to lead the class ourselves and how to teach them music.
And how is it going?
It's been going really well. The students really love music, and what's nice about the program is that the first lesson they can jump into learning how to play the instruments. I think a lot of students, when they think of playing instruments, it can be a little bit scary or daunting, and what's nice about the program is that the students are able to play all different instruments, and it makes it so that the first time they have the instrument in their hands, they're able to play it, and then they can also apply what they've learned on one instrument to the other instruments as well. So they really enjoy it, and they do not want to end the lesson when it's over. So
Yeah.
that's a good sign.
So how did you react when you were told you were going to teach this? Was that overwhelming, or?
Yeah, when we found out we had to teach music, I think we all were a little scared and overwhelmed because we had no idea. I played piano when I was younger, but I didn't really know how to play an instrument at all, and I definitely didn't know how to teach it. So it was scary, but the program is very easy to follow. When I told my students I was going to be teaching the lessons, they were like, You're teaching the lessons? It's like, yes, I can teach you music too. So they were even a bit surprised. But it's the program makes it easy I've learned how to play music, and now I can teach it as well.
Yeah, so you feel it's quite easy to navigate and manage the...
Yeah. Yeah, the app is easy to manage, and especially because you can choose the different songs, and you can see, just by clicking on the song, you can see what level they'll be at, and if you think the students will be able to play it. And you can also choose songs that students might be interested in, but if the song is maybe a bit above their level, you can scale it down and they can play just one of the strings, or instead of playing the full chord.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah, any other question? Do you think music should be in all schools as a part of the curriculum?
Yeah, I think music should be in all schools, and especially when it's learned in this way, where it's fun, and the students are not just learning about one instrument. So they're not just learning how to play the piano, but they're learning about music as a whole, and dance, and singing, and also beats and chords, and how music works as a whole, and not just one instrument. And so I think it's really an important skill to have, and they like it, and it's a nice break during the day as well.
Yeah, and it's also very holistic. You learn respect, and you
Yeah.
learn rhythm and movement, and coordination.
Right,
The
exactly.
brain is working.
Yeah.
different,
Yeah.
So why do you think music is so important?
I think it's important. I think music is important because they're learning lots of different things. They're learning math by having to learn, beats and the bars. Yeah, and then they also have to learn rhythm, and it can also be connected with reading, if they're reading lines of music going from left to right, and it's also good for their motor skills as well, especially their fine motor skills, which can help with writing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything they could do different or better that you think is important feedback? So.
This program, maybe more time to navigate through the app with Ustein. Yeah.
more time.
Yeah, so yeah, and time where we can maybe just sit down with Ustein, because I know the days get it's pretty hectic, getting the instruments put out before all the students get there. But it'd be nice to have maybe a bit of time to more time to practice tuning the instruments, and then more time to go through the app with him and kind of ask him any questions we need, because I know it's hard with everyone coming in and out, and the day is pretty quick. So maybe a time like before the program starts, or when he's leaving and we are taking over, where we can just sit down and ask him any questions we have. Kind of go through the app with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Anything else you want to say? Like the kids' reaction could be a nice question. How do they react?
Like when we have music. When we have music, well, first of all, the students are very excited every Tuesday because they know we have music that day. They're looking forward to it all week, and they can't wait to get started playing the instruments. You can see like their fingers are ready to play, and they never want the music class to end, so they really love it. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Thank you.